Hello, my name is Ms. Mara and welcome to my classroom. The first thing I want to do in this virtual open house is to just show you guys a little panoramic of my room, because I think it's very important for you to understand where your kids are spending most of their time at school as far as a math classroom goes. So let me kind of show you, bear with me, my classroom. So welcome to the classroom. Normally you would actually get to come in and look around and kind of take a peek at what your students are seeing. That's the back of the room, and we also have the front of the room. So I feel like it kind of gives you a feel for what your students see every single day. Most of the time you'll find me sitting up on the chair up there at my podium with the projector and the board arm, but like I said, kind of gives you a feel for what your students are sitting and watching all day, at least when they are face-to-face. Now what I want to show you is a little bit of our virtual platform to give you an idea of what your kids are using so that they can better, you can also better assist them or use it to your advantage. So the first thing I have up here is called our Onenote class notebook. And what you're going to see here is I'm going to walk you through kind of the general layout of it, understanding that you will see here we have a collaborative space on OneNote, and this OneNote should already be set up by your students. They already went through the process of creating their notebooks and everything like that, and we use this on a daily basis. So under collaboration space, we don't really do much with this in my class, so that is actually turned off for me. The next thing down is something called the content library, and it's exactly what it sounds like, all the content needed for this course. If you click under general, you're going to get a couple of things like the syllabus. If you haven't already checked out the syllabus, all students were asked to show this to their parents and let you read through it, in which it discusses all grading scales, the units, homework expectations, test retakes, and quiz corrections, with the understanding that as long as there's Canvas quizzes, there won't be corrections because they are taking them at home and have more resources available to them. And then of course technology usage, as we are using our computers a lot for notes. Obviously laptops will be permitted in class, although cell phones are not permitted in class. Most of the time I give kids warnings, once or twice. If they really just have them out just by accident, I'll say, hey, put that away, we're doing notes right now. But if it becomes an excessive problem, then they will be written up. So they were all told about this on the first week of school. They were also asked to have you sign the parent signature form, which you, as their parent or guardian, should have already signed, because this was an assignment and a graded assignment. So they got points just for having you sign this. If you did not sign this, I would ask your children about that, because either they took a 0 for it, for not getting it signed, or they forged your signature. So if you did not sign this, please have a discussion with your child, because this signature by you and them agrees that you have read through the syllabus and understand the rules and expectations for this class. So again, you can view the syllabus and read it a little more closely if you so desire on your student's OneNote page. Some other things here, if that was just kind of fun for the kids, a little get to know me section, you can also feel free to watch that. Canvas notifications, this was just a general thing to help students understand that anytime something big happens or updates happen, I generally do it through a Canvas notification, in which case they should be checking those at all times, because those could be last minute, like, hey, I'm out sick today, this is what I expect of you type of situations. And then the last one is a OneNote user guide. So a lot of times, new students have problems adjusting to OneNote and a little bit of troubleshooting and just kind of general usage of OneNote. They should be watching this video if they're having problems with it. You are also welcome to check it out just to familiarize yourself with OneNote, but that is also available on YouTube if you so desire. The next thing down you'll see is marking period 1, and when you click on marking period 1, again, we're still under content library. What students are going to see here is basically an entire week along with all the answer keys. So if I expand week 2, you will see the notes keys, you will see the homework along with the homework key. Homework, homework key. If I expand week 3, you will see all the stuff along with all of the keys. So basically this section is used to distribute answer keys to students. I don't necessarily post the keys right away, Those keys are usually only posted to students after an assignment is already due. So at that point, if a student chooses to go to the answer key and just copy it, it will be considered late and they will lose points for a late assignment. But once an assignment is due, they can go on here, click on an answer key, and check their work step by step all the way through. They have access to this all year round. And then there is a tab right under Content Library that would be your student's name. Obviously, for confidentiality purposes, I'm not showing any of my students, but I have one that's called a teacher-only section. This would be kind of what the students would see. So this would be your student's name, followed by, all of these different tabs. Obviously, right now we're still in marking period 1, so most of the content we have is under marking period 1. When you go under marking period 1, you can expand your students' work and actually click on their notebook and scroll through it and say, oh my gosh, look, they haven't filled in any of their notes yet. And if you need to have a word with them because they haven't filled in any of their notes, you may do so. You can also go in here and go under their homework assignments. Again, this was an old homework assignment. If you logged onto your students and it was blank, they must not have done their homework assignment. So using OneNote not only as a student but as a parent allows you to kind of check in on your student and see what progress they have made or have not made. This OneNote app is available on laptops. You can also download it on your cell phone. So I do a lot on my cell phone, pulling up OneNote on there, or your tablet. Some parents have used the OneNote app to actually download on their phone and pull up and see if their student is actually taking notes when they're supposed to be. If you want to access your student's notebook, you can either ask your student and say, what is your username and password? I would like to log in on my phone so that I can monitor you. Or if your student chooses not to give you their username and password, there is a second option. Sorry, wrong window. Here we go. That I have the capability to create a parent/guardian link directly for you. So if that's something that you're interested in, please contact me, shoot me an email, and I will create a link for you. So this is kind of all I have to do is I create a link, and then I would select a student. So you would tell me, I would like to have access to little Susie's notebook, in which case I would select that student, I would create a link, and then I would send it to you. And that link would be good for the entire year, so you would just click on that link and it would open your student's notebook and you can view their progress. The other thing is being aware of the Canvas page. So not much is used on Canvas as far as I know. Some classes use modules and things like that. My class, we use announcements obviously for big important announcements, last minute things. Class Notebook is another way for students to access OneNote. So if they're having problems using the app, they can always click on Class Notebook and it will bring them to a similar page than this. I mean, I have teacher access, so it's looking a little bit different, but they can then scroll down and say, open your class notebook, and it will open it online for them. Assignments is a big section here. Under assignments, when you click on that, it will show where they are to submit all of their homework. So even though they do their homework on OneNote, and we can click on here and they do their homework, they still have to go on Canvas and submit it under the appropriate assignment. As far as parent usage, so if you are using their Canvas page to keep an eye on them and make sure that they are submitting things, you can always click Grade, and it will bring up all of their assignments and all of their grades. I will not be clicking on that right now, again, for confidentiality. But if you wanted to, that's what I would recommend, is going under their Canvas pages and clicking Grade, and it will show you what assignments they have or have not completed at this time. Quizzes, we do occasionally have Canvas quizzes, so that is another thing that students will be using. You can also view the syllabus on Canvas, but that kind of takes you through everything that we use Canvas for. So it's pretty much used for quizzes and for students to submit their homework. And again, even if they do their homework on OneNote, they are still expected to submit their homework on Canvas so that I know that they are ready to be graded, and then I usually go over to their OneNote notebook to check their work. The home page here has everything to do, like all the times, all the Zoom links, things like that. One last thing, which if you are watching this video, you are already on my virtual open house page, but I do want to point out that I included my email here. So if you would like access to your student's OneNote, please send me an email telling me the student's name and who is requesting access to it, and I can share that information with you. Thank you again for stopping into my virtual house, and please communicate with me if you have any questions.